standing here with Erin in the Mortal Kombat suite. It's okay to say that without sounding too gory. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're showing off here at GDC?
We've got a lot of new content that we're showing here at GDC. First off, a few new characters. We've got Ermac, Noob, and Kano playable for the first time. We had also previously announced Jax and Sonya, but this is the first time they're actually playable for everybody. In addition to that, we've got a couple new environments. We've got the subway and Goro's lair that people are seeing for the first time. And also Challenge Tower, which is a huge addition to the game. It's 300 unique missions and anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, I got to experience a little bit of the Challenge Tower, and it starts out pretty hard right from the get-go. Could you give us a little brief outlook of what kind of challenges there are in the tower and some of the more grueling ones?
There's a number of different missions that you'll find in the tower, and some of them are easier than others. You know, we try to start you out a little bit easier, which is some, challenges where you learn some offensive and some defensive moves. But then as you move up the tower, there's definitely an increase in difficulty. But some of them are straightforward fights. You just have to get past a character. Others have different modifiers to the action to keep things a little more interesting, like defeat opponent without using any of your special moves, or defeat opponent and you don't have the ability to block, these kinds of things. But again, there's just a phenomenal amount of content there, and I can't wait to see people's reactions when they get to the very top of the tower. So.
And you're also paying a bit tribute to the heritage of the series. And could you give us some details on what you're doing there and what people, will remember from earlier games?
Sure. We've got a few modes that we brought back from earlier Mortal Kombat games. People might recognize, like Test Your Might, Test Your Strike, and Test Your Sight. Anybody that's played a Mortal Kombat game in the past is probably already familiar with those. This time we've also got a new feature, and it's one of my favorites in the game. It's called Test Your Luck. And I can't wait to see people's reactions to this one. It's just one of the most over-the-top modes that you will ever see.
You've also added 3D to the experience. Could you tell us a little bit about why you wanted to do that and what it means for the experience? What it adds?
Well, we've got full stereoscopic 3D on the PlayStation version of the game, and it's just, we had the opportunity to try it out, and once we started experimenting, the game looks fantastic in 3D. The 2D fighting plane really plays well, like when you get a really great sense of depth when you're fighting in 3D. So it's just something we wanted to try. It came out really well, and I definitely encourage the people that have a PlayStation to try it out in 3D if they get a chance.
I tried it a little bit, and what I was happy about, because sometimes when you play a 3D game, it's a little bit overwhelming and it tires you a little bit, but it's fairly low key. It doesn't really pop up too much, so you can actually sit and play for it for an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a subtle 3D effect. I think it is definitely easier on your eyes over a long play session, but there is enough depth there, though, that there's a big difference between playing it in 3D versus a regular 2D TV. So it's, like I said, once again, I encourage people that have the equipment to go ahead and try it out.
And the PS3 version has a guest appearance, I understand?
There is a guest in the PS3 build. Kratos is making an appearance in this game. We're incredibly excited to have him in the game. He's a great fit for Mortal Kombat.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, try to imagine another character that's a better fit for our universe. So can't wait for people to get their hands on with Kratos.
Not like adding Mario or something like that.
Right, exactly. I saw online one time somebody said we should have Blinks the cat in the game, and not necessarily a very good idea.
No, and I don't really see anyone on the corresponding Microsoft side that it would be a perfect fit, because Master Chief isn't really a fighter, is he?
Master Chief is an interesting character on his own right. We haven't really just talked about any exclusive characters for the Microsoft Xbox right now. So,
could you tell us a little bit about stick support? I noticed you have a stick over there, and the support for the hardcore gamers who'd like to go all out and spend a fortune on their game.
Yeah, we actually partnered with PDP this time. Our designers spent a lot of time working with them to create a fight stick that is one of the best that I've ever seen. It's a really well-built stick. It's got great high-quality components in it, and for anybody that played Mortal Kombat back in the arcade days, the button layout is very similar to those old arcade machines. So if you were a fan of Mortal Kombat in the arcades, this should feel very instantly familiar. But it's a great peripheral. I'm really excited to have it for our game.
And a nice piece of furniture to have in your living room.
It is. It's a good sized stick, but and it makes a nice conversation piece, if you will, if you've got it sitting in your living room. So.
So I'm looking forward to playing Mortal Kombat. Is it May that it hits?
April 19th.
April 19th, so soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.